The quest for the Black Gate. Exhausted after your last venture into the lands, ravaged by the mists, you are called upon to test your skills and courage once again. A sudden appearance of black stone obelisks in multiple locations in Nar and Valskir alike has put the lore masters of Hammerhome and Frost Valley Keep on high alert. Hammerhome is the summer part of the world for Heart of the Mists, and Frost Valley Keep is Mistfall, the original game, that features kind of a Skyrim world, or Isafarian called. Research into ancient scrolls has revealed that these structures are connected to a being known as the Keeper, a legendary guardian of the Black Gate. And while some say that the Keeper is neither good nor evil, what all lore masters seem to agree upon is that what lies beyond the Black Gate may end the conflict between humanity and the nefarious mists. However, as always, time is of the essence, and this new twist of fate has made all servants of the dark power more ferocious than ever before. So you feel some kind of build-up, and the mists are something that, think of it like dark matter beings in a modern version. So you can't touch them, but they do influence this world. And they come from another dimension, apparently. So this hinting of the beings in the world without actually specifying them that much, that concretely, that gives a strong suggestive flavor to the game. Hope's End. After breaching the Black Gate, a vision revealed that the true nature of the ravenous mists, as the Nightfather's rage destroyed the firstborn, their ashes remained, and their souls melded into one entity, now filled with their final suffering, a pain of violent demise, and a lust for vengeance and destruction. This sentence is far too long, and it's not clear what they want to say here. The madness brought on by the shards of memories forged in a malignant power with a single purpose: to destroy all that Dawn and Dusk created. So this references beings called Dawn and Dusk, and they apparently played a role in a previous civilization or world, or took a part in building the world as of Mistfall. To annihilate all creation and the eternal torment bestowed upon the once proud children of the gods. As the lands around you are devoured by the mists, you are certain that the time of the final battle has come. On the brink of total annihilation, Velkor the Devourer, the Herold... it's again a Herald with an O. The Herald of the Mists waits, whispering to your mind and setting the final part of the great plan in motion. It seems like there is no more hope, but maybe you can still change the fate of the world once ravaged by the fury of a scorned god. It sounds nice, but it's not. If you think about it, I don't see it before me. So some more details could really help the writer here. Then the story background depends on if you want to read it or not. And I think that is all I have to say about the scenarios. So I think the system is really great. Next part would be the setup, I think, to see if the learn to play is actually playable, and then set up the first one of the first or the last. I think I'll just set up the last, just to have some kind of idea of how it works. And I'm going to read this part. So it's a lot of text. Let's see, just a few tidbits then. The history of Anar. No, I'll just start here. The lore of the mists. Rage of the Night Father. I'm not sure if the Mistfall also covers the same text. Because I would have to boot up my PC to check. Maybe I'll do that later. The oldest legends of the world tell the story of its creation, of the fall of dusk, one of two divine beings that forged lifeless matter into land, sea, sky, and all the beings that exist upon this earth. They also tell of how dusk became disgruntled with the firstborn, the children that turned away from him, wanting to forever bask in the warm glow of the goddess Dawn. Okay, so Dawn is a girl, and dusk probably man, and they are gods. That reminds me a little bit of the Zerywia world. There's also man, woman, light and dark. Okay. Disappointed and enraged, Dusk struck the earth with all of his destructive power, annihilating his children in hellish flames and leaving part of the lands an ever-burning desert, a desert now known as Nar. So that is the primary setting of a Mistfall Heart of the Mists. It's a desert world, or desert continent. The history of Nar. After the cataclysm, Dusk and Dawn met only once more, to labor together for the last time. Together they created men and gave them free will to choose between the shadows and the light, and an unquenchable need to make the world their own. Neither the cold nor the scorching heat would stop men from exploring and settling. And so, from the coldest part of Valskir to the hottest regions of Nar, humans would claim the land as their own. And even though they would have to stand against threats forged by Dusk himself, so it's Dusk is the man, who once again turned his back on his children, they would make the world their own. The harsh conditions of Nar spawned in time a tribe of men both strong and resolute. Resolute refers to the resolve tokens that you gain from defeating enemies, these round chips. Able to not only adapt to the scorching sun and the burning sands of the vast deserts, but to even tap into the strength of the earth itself. Now the Karathi, the first people to settle the hot wastelands, are known as fighters and craftsmen, able to wield the sword and arcane powers in the battle that is to decide the fate of this world. I have not encountered the Karathi, which would be cool, in any of the campaign parts, but maybe it is from Mistfall, the first game. Nar today. After a great battle, in which men stood against the monsters and abominations of the mists, for a while it seemed that humanity has finally gained the upper hand. But the devious power that was only lying in wait, as only months after what it felt like a victory, the mists have struck again, changing the face of the world forever. Uh, for narrative reasons, you make some kind of story, then you introduce Karathi, and then you finally, out of the blue, the mists appear. Uh, that's not cool. For a while, it seemed that humanity has finally gained the upper hand, but the devious power was only lying in wait, as only months after what felt like a victory, the mists have struck again, changing the face of the world forever. Struck again refers to the first game, I think. Twisting the paths and almost ripping the world apart, the mists have done what seemed impossible. Now the burning deserts and the land of frost and snow, once thousands of miles apart, can be traversed within a day. Yeah, okay. So you can exchange the characters from the first game and the second game and play both scenarios with this short text. I think it's good to mention it. Or maybe it's a little bit weak, but I can live with this. Same also. It seems that. And it seems that only those with the strongest will can find their way to the same place more than once. This means procedurally generated tiles. This new world immediately created new alliances. Humanity, who are now fully aware of the destructive and corrupting power of the mists, united, and heroes from every corner of the world are ready to stand together to face the new threats spawned by the mists. So this explains that the enemies that are generated by the game system, they all are caused by the mists. The Mist Flame, once a promising student of the Dathna Far lore